Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission here is pretty straightforward. We take source material, pull out those key insights, and basically give you a shortcut to being genuinely informed. Today, we're tackling something a bit different. Our source isn't some lengthy article or dense report. It's actually just a headline, an intriguing one from NPR. House Republicans' big, beautiful bill and Trump's influence. So the goal today isn't really to dissect the bill itself. We don't have all the details for that anyway. What we want to do is unpack what we can learn from just these, 7 words. For you, someone who follows this stuff, how can a title alone give you that immediate high-impact read on the political situation?
Yeah, and that's what's so interesting, isn't it? Political headlines especially. They aren't just summaries. They're these incredibly condensed information packets, often, crafted very strategically. They can reveal the key players involved, hint at intentions, expose the underlying political dynamics. It's actually pretty remarkable how much can be subtly communicated in just a tiny bit of text.
Okay, let's dig into this one then, piece by piece. The first element we see is House Republicans. Now, for someone paying attention, what does that immediately signal beyond just party? What does it tell us about where this bill might be coming from, its aims, maybe its path forward?
Right away, it tells us the origin is the Republican side of the House. But more than that, it signals this is likely a party-driven thing. And for those of us watching Congress, especially a narrowly divided House like we often see, that suggests maybe an attempt to rally the different wings of the party. It probably means it's pushing a specific agenda, maybe bypassing broad bipartisan agreement from the get-go. It sort of sets the stage for an ideological clash, not necessarily a cooperative effort. It's about their base, their promises.
Okay, then we get to the really interesting language, big, beautiful bill. My first reaction is, okay, that sounds like pure marketing spin. But is there something more going on there? What's the strategic play with words like big and supposedly beautiful? How does beautiful land differently for different people looking at legislation?
That's a really good point. Because, yes, it absolutely functions as marketing, but using language that's so evocative almost, emotional.
Yeah.
In a political context like this, it usually serves a deeper purpose. Big implies it's comprehensive, ambitious, going to have a major impact. Beautiful, though.
That word tries to kind of sidestep logical analysis, doesn't it? It aims for an emotional thumbs up. It's meant to create a positive feeling, signal how good the proponents think it is, especially to their supporters. It makes it harder to criticize without seeming, I don't know, negative or something. It frames the whole debate before it even starts.
Right, sets the terms. And then maybe the element that tells us the most about its likely fate or dynamics, Trump's influence. So what
Eh,
does bringing Donald Trump into the headline actually mean for a bill coming from House Republicans? How does that influence show up? Is it in the details? Is it about getting certain people excited? Or is it like about primary challenges down the line? Well, connecting that piece really highlights how powerful figures outside of office can still shape what happens in Congress. His influence could mean several things. It might mean the bill's actual content aligns with his specific policy ideas, maybe serving as a sort of loyalty test for lawmakers. Or it could be absolutely vital for mobilizing a very specific, very energetic part of the Republican base using his name and potential endorsement. And yeah, it could definitely impact its chances, either by firing up supporters or maybe turning off others, Republicans included, who are wary of his influence. It could absolutely play into future election calculations for these members. It's a definite signal of leverage.
wow. Okay, so from just 7 words in an NPR headline, House Republicans' big, beautiful bill and Trump's influence, we've pulled out quite a bit. The actors involved, the deliberate sort of rhetorical spin, and this clear line of external influence. It really does change how you approach the news, doesn't it? A real shortcut, like we said, for getting a handle on the undercurrents.
Exactly. And that leaves us with something for you, the listener, to think about. How often do the words chosen, the influences mentioned right up front about a bill or really any news item, how often do they subtly shape how you first see it before you even get to the substance? It's a powerful reminder, I think, that the way something is framed can sometimes be just as important as what's actually inside, especially for that critical first impression.